Ports face total shutdown nationwide. See page 5.
She overwhelmed by security challenges.
Hello and welcome to Today in the News on Vanguard. Here on Today in the News,
we read and give in-depth analysis on some of the stories on the front pages of the paper.
Also take your insightful comments of what's going on here in Nigeria and across the world. Join us Mondays through to Friday
on Vanguard Live.
Hello and welcome to a brand new week. I mean, who is not excited? I am super excited. And you know now how it is. It was the Christmas week. Everybody was all around jubilating. In fact, people even threw caution into the air. I mean, some people, going out, buying
clubbing, partying.
The things that happen on Christmas period. Well, my name is Precious Chukudi, and I'm with
Dablola Kushaki.
And welcome to Today in the News, where we discuss, in-depth analysis of the front pages of the papers. We're starting off this morning with Vanguard newspaper, and the main story says, "Not now ready for restructuring." Ango Abdullahi. The writer says, "We must dismantle this presidential system, parliamentary system solution to our unworkable federal structure, where Nigeria went wrong." Afenfere says we welcome their decision. On page 7, gunmen kill village head in Niger, remains buried in forest. On page 8, family friends eulogize Sam Nda Azaya at service of song. And it's a very sad, very big loss to the journalism world. On page 8, 10 killed in Boko Haram attack in Borno. Page 10, controversy trails killing of students by Moteko in Oyo. On page 5, we have a COVID-19 Wike hints of fresh lockdown in Rivers as Sanwo-Olu shuts 12 facilities. A photo story, we have remains of a classroom after insurgents burnt down a school in Hawu local government area of Borno State at the weekend. And lastly, on the front page of the Vanguard, we have on page 3, NIN will be compulsory for UTME candidates in 2021. Investigation. Away from Vanguard, move straight to the Punch newspaper.
And now on the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have 20 doctors' deaths. Nigerian Medical Association submits proposal to federal government. January 6th, prevention of training. And travelers from United Kingdom, United States worsening coronavirus cases. That's according to the Nigerian Medical Association president. Also, 22 FCT coronavirus patients on oxygen in critical condition, says UART. And you can see that story on page 2. Now, moving on to other stories above the nameplate on page 10, we have Oshomole Kanta subverts people's will through judiciary, and that's coming from Shaibu. And you can see that on page 10. Also on page 21, we have 14 insurers to pay 9.7 billion naira for hashtag NSAS riot claims. Lawyers gave 9.4 billion naira bribes to judges in 3 years. That's according to ICPC. Here on the photo story, we have traders lament as fire got plank markets in Lagos. You can see that story on page 4. Well, lastly, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have airlines will pay $3,500 per passenger for COVID-19 guidelines violation. That's according to NCAA. You can see that story on page 24. And for the front page of the Punch, we move straight to the Nation newspaper.
And on the Nation newspaper, we have the main story says COVID-19 death toll more than double in 1 month. The writer says 27 on oxygen FCT hospital. Lagos shuts event centers. Wike threatens Rivers lockdown. Edo reactivates isolation centers. And we also have stories above. Obasanjo, how I was saved from Dimka's bullet. You can see that on page 7. And on page 8, police promotion lopsided, says Igbo professionals. PSC, it is not ethnic based. Also on pages 15 to 26, economies in the throes of pandemic. On page 7, CBN predicts Naira recovery from February. And lastly, on the front page of Nation, LCCI projects forex shortage to hurt businesses in 2021. Away from the Nation, we straight to this day newspaper.
And on the front page of this day, we have 100 flee Borno villages as troops back to ISWAP for hours. Terrorists burn worship centers and loot 4 communities. Zulum orders immediate reconstruction of police station and others. You can see this story on the front page, and it continues on page 10. Also, targeted travel restrictions needed to combat COVID-19 second wave. You can see that on page 2. COVID-19, NCAA mandates a separate processing of United Kingdom and South African arrivals. Also, Nigeria loses 22.2 billion naira to gas, others constraints in power sector. NERC explains failure of federal government's eligible customer policy. Lastly, on the front page of this day, we have Apapa gridlock. Importers incur 100 billion naira demurrage storage fees in 5 days. And you can see this story on page 9 of this day newspaper.
And that's all we can take on the front pages of the paper. We're going on a short break. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. My name is Precious Chukudi and I'm with
Damnala Ogushaki.
And we have a guest in the studio, a favorite guest of course, Mr. Ali Mohammed, CEO of Magnet Communications, also former editor of Daily Times and Concord newspaper. Good morning, sir. Good to have you.
Good morning. Compliments of the season.
Thank you, sir. It's good to have you join us.
All looking bright today.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, let's just move straight to the front pages of the papers. You know, the NEF has something to say this morning. Now, the Northern Elders Forum, you know, through its convener, that's Professor Ango Abdullahi, they expressed their preference for the North to return to the parliamentary system of government, and also said that the current presidential system has caused more division than uniting the country. What do you make of this statement by Professor Ango?
Thank you. We must first of all, before reacting to what he said, we must first of all establish the fact that Professor Ango Abdullahi can speak on behalf of the North, whether he can speak on behalf of the North or not, because he is leading a faction of the Northern Elders Forum. That forum is broken into pieces. Let's assume that he can speak for the North. The truth of the matter is that, this is my personal opinion, the North has never seen any good reason for Nigeria to restructure, because they have benefited immensely from the present structure of the country. And so that he is saying that the North believes in restructuring now, I want to take it with a pinch of the salt, because we've had their comments in the past when people advocated for the restructuring of the country, and some of them have come out to say that Nigeria doesn't need restructuring, but we should be talking about good governance instead of restructuring. Now that he is talking about that, let us hope and believe that the North is truly serious about restructuring, because you see, if we truly restructure and embrace true federalism, the country will be better off for it. Because as it is today, in most countries, advanced countries, the states have more powers than the central government. We practice the United States system of government, but we are not embracing the principles, the basic principles of federalism here in Nigeria. We still have a situation where the central government have total control over security. Whereas in the US, you have state police units in America. But here, the police is centralized, yes, with commissioners in different parts of Nigeria, but those commissioners take instruction from the Inspector General of Police. Although so many reasons have been given in Nigeria for the refusal of the federal government or the National Assembly to approve the establishment of state police, in the sense that they believe that if it is done, state policemen could be used to terrorize fellow politicians. There could be total breakdown of law and order if we have that kind of situation. But I don't believe that we should not give it a trial. Let us try and decentralize. Let the states have their various security organs, and they will be able to take absolute responsibility for situations, every bad situations that happen in their area, in their states. But as it is, if you have a problem in Lagos State, until the IG gives an instruction to the Commissioner of Police here, that is when you see real action. It shouldn't really be so. Then we are also talking about the economy of Nigeria going into recession. If we have states that are fully in control of what comes in and what they spend, it is believed that we should have some level of sanity, considering the fact that our politicians also need some level of discipline in terms of spending. The general fear is that if states have control over their income and expenditures, there could be corruption. As it is today, we still have corruption cases all over the states. So if you look at the whole gamut of the way we run our government, we will have no choice but to look at what is it now? Decentralization of powers, devolution of powers to the states, as it is practiced in the US, whose constitution we have copied and and we are practicing. So those who are calling for restructuring, they may be right in a lot of ways. But right. I want to believe that now that Ango Abdullahi is talking about the not supporting restructuring, I want to believe that they are serious about it.
But I'd like to ask you, would you really say in your own words, do you think that the North is really ready for restructuring?
Well, that's what I said earlier, that we have to be sure that the North is ready for restructuring. As it is, if you look at the campaign for the presidency in 2023, some northern elements are already throwing their hearts into the ring, despite the fact that the current president is from the North. Commonsensically, you would think that it is stupid for any northerner to want to be president again after President Buhari. You understand what I'm saying? But you see, because of the lapses in the constitution of the country, that is why you still have people from the north coming out to tell you that they want to contest the presidency in 2023. Don't forget that the zoning that we are operating is not constitutional. It is just a private arrangement among the political parties. So the north can come out and tell you that zoning is not binding on them because it is not written in the constitution of Nigeria that the presidency must be zoned to a particular part of Nigeria. It must go around all the ethnic groups in Nigeria. And so, in view of all these lapses, we need to sit down, look at our constitution, and let it truly reflect the principle of federalism in terms of politics, in terms of the economy, in terms of everything we do. It will be in the interest of Nigeria for Nigeria to be restructured. But we cannot continue to use the present constitution as it is because it is a product of a military government. And unfortunately, since the military left in 1999, that constitution has not been reviewed, and it is not right.
All right. Some persons are of the opinion that, a parliamentary system, would help reduce the cost of governance, and also, anytime people feel like president is not, working enough for them, they can easily remove the president without any form of election. What do you think about reoperating the parliamentary system?
My sister, parliamentary or federal system of government, we need reorientation first. As individuals, we keep blaming the government for corruption. We keep blaming the government for everything bad. But what is the character of an average Nigerian? I had a nasty experience at the airport today. I went to pick somebody, and all the buses that are supposed to take passengers from the terminal to the distant car park, none of them was working. And policemen, soldiers, Air Force officers were on the loose on passengers. Everybody wanted to make money. Does that have anything to do with the system of government we practice? And we keep blaming government for everything that happens. If you have parliamentary system of government, if you have the present system of government, and people are not disciplined, people are the people that constitute the government are not disciplined, then you can't move anywhere. That is the truth of the matter. Well, in terms of parliamentary system saving money, yes, it's in governments that or in countries that practice parliamentary system of government, we still have cases of corruption, massive stealing. People must discipline themselves in such a way that you don't get tempted and want to steal government funds. That is why I am talking about a reorientation. Yes, it can save money in countries that have disciplined public officials. You have a president in the parliamentary system of government. You will have a ceremonial president. You have a head of state. Then you have either a unicameral or bicameral legislature. You have all those systems in place. But these are not the people that will actually execute government policies. They can only make policies. Those who are to execute government policies, if they are not disciplined, that government is as good as irresponsible. So we must begin a massive reorientation of the followership against impunity. Impunity will breed indiscipline, it will breed corruption, it will bring all sorts of evils that you can imagine. So when you have a followership that is educated enough to know that it is criminal to steal money that should be spent on infrastructure and taking care of the people, then you can practice a government system that will help the economy of the country, a government system that will help to build infrastructure in the country without having a followership and a leadership that is strong enough to resist corruption, to resist indiscipline. Whatever system of government you practice, you are just wasting your time.
Okay, let's go away from that of the restructuring and talk about the security network Amotekun. So controversy trailed them yesterday. It trailed the alleged killing of the suspected armed robber by the Amotekun. The outfit claimed that they did not kill the boy because of course he's a student of Federal College of Education Special Oyo, and he's a 400 level student. And Nans claimed that that it was the outfit that killed the boy, while the outfit said they did not kill the boy. It was just a case of armed robbery, and they attacked the armed robbers, and they killed one person, and 2 of the armed robbers escaped. So now, what do you think about this whole controversy surrounding Amotekun and these students?
You see, initially when you have a new security outfit like Amotekun, you will have incidents like this, because these are people that were just brought together, trained under 3 months or more, I don't know. But when you have people that were brought together from different orientations, like we've had in the Amotekun in different states, you are bound to have cases like this. What gave back? You sit down and look at what gave back to Amotekun. If our security system is effective, you won't have anything like Amotekun in place in the first place. We have Amotekun because people feel insecure. They want a system that will give them a semblance of security, and that was how we gave back to Amotekun. So if you have a perfect security system, we won't need an Amotekun. And this is what I am saying. We need, you see, it is sad that lives are lost just anyhow in Nigeria. It is very sad. Every life is important in Nigeria. So when a life is lost, I feel terribly bad about it, especially in the circumstances that we have in the case involving Amotekun. Yes, you can't rule out the possibility that there are bad eggs everywhere, but I think that when you have a situation that we have on our hands, and you have to recruit people that you don't even know about their background into a security network, you will have situations like this. You can't rule it out. But again, we must rejig our security system in such a way that people will begin to have complete confidence in it. Insecurity gave back to Amotekun. If we didn't have insecurity, you won't have these regional security outfits. In those days, when we were young, when you see soldiers on the streets, you run, because you will hardly see soldiers on the streets. Well, during the Civil War, I was still a young man. Whenever we saw soldiers on the street, we would have to run inside and go and hide. That was the kind of respect that soldiers command. But they don't have that respect among the people today, because you see them everywhere. Abroad, you can't see soldiers just anyhow. You have to contend with seeing policemen. You don't see soldiers anyhow. But here you see soldiers that are supposed to ensure the safety of the country, taking care of internal crisis. So they have all lost respect among the people. So the earlier we take care of our internal security and get the confidence of the people that they are safe, the better for us. Otherwise, I foresee a situation where we are going to have more deaths in the hands of Amotekun boys that are not properly trained. I'm sorry to use that word. Which military school did they attend? None. They were just brought together, and some retired military officers trained them on how to handle guns. They don't even know anything about information gathering, because you need information to launch an attack. It is not every situation that you have to use the gun. What happened to a situation where you are go there and arrest armed robbers, no matter how heavily armed they are? You understand? You can shoot an armed robber on the leg, but here, once they hear robbery, they open fire. Whether it hits the robber on the chest or the head, nobody cares. You know, I have seen situations abroad where police will have to use the gun on people's legs, just disable you. They arrest you, get vital information from you, and get you to the courts. But it is not the same thing here. So we have to brace up for this kind of situation. It is not palatable, but I can foresee more of it.
Okay, now it's bringing question of arms and ammunition. You know, when Amotekun first started, giving them arms was one of the questions, one of the things that people were asking. Are these people qualified enough? You talked about them bringing them together, you know, just to train them, and you know they are not really used with getting informations, and you know they are not really trained enough up to that. So giving them an arms and ammunition, is it something that should have been done? Because this is the case of, you know, security. They are facing people. Like the case of this student now, the NAND president said, that's the National Association of Nigerian Students president of that chapter said, you know, when they got there, it seems the boys that were going to arrest the robbers, they shot guns at them first before they had to attack back. That's the Amotekun boys. So now, giving them arms and ammunition is becoming a question. Should they be given? But also we have to put in mind that this is security. So I would like to get your own opinion from that.
See, the government has been battling with the proliferation of small arms for more than 10 years now. You start asking whether it is legal or not for the Amotekun core members to have guns. Like I said, our security situation nationally led to the creation of Amotekun. You have states now investing in the procurement of arms and ammunition for these security agencies created by state. Don't forget that in the states we have police what is it now, police units that are funded by the states, like the RRS, Rapid Response Squad of Lagos State. We have that kind of creation in different states, and the states procure arms for them through the Office of the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Defense, or the Defense Advisor to the President. That process must pass through there, and it must get the approval of the Defense Advisor to the President. You know, but I think we should have a review of this situation, because if you give arms to the people that you just brought together under 6 months, do you know what those people could do with such weapons at night? We've had situations where soldiers and policemen were arrested for armed robbery here in Nigeria. We've seen situations where policemen will borrow their arms and ammunition to armed robbers, and they will return them the following morning. So we have to be careful with the way we allow people to carry arms, because of, yes, we have a serious security situation on our hands, but we must also protect innocent people from being killed unnecessarily. Like I said, every life is important. If you must give arms to anybody, you have to be sure of the sanity of that person. Is that person sane enough to carry a gun? You have to be sure, because an average person with a gun will feel threatened once he's attacked, and the next defense is to rely on his gun to protect himself. It is just human intuition. But if you have a good military training, you will understand that it is not in every situation that you use your gun. If you must use it, don't kill. You can also use it and get your suspect arrested, like it is done abroad. Except you are really facing great danger, that's when you can kill.
All right, let's move on to the NIN. I mean, it's been a discussion for like weeks now, and there's a new development. Not really new because it's been there. That's the fact that NIN will be compulsory for UTME candidates in 2021, and the Joint Admission Matriculation Board, that's JAMB, said it will be used as one of the criteria for registering UTME. That's next year. Now, in this year, they sort of made it sort of compulsory. When we asked the UTME student to go register, and all of a sudden they put a halt to it because of the technical hitches. Now, is this something that you think can really work? Because we saw how it went this year, and it's something they are looking out for next year. And the normal level for students is they rarely register for exam until it's close to the maybe like the final date for the registration. That's when you see the massive rush. Is this something that they can do?
You see, the introduction of the NIN is a very good one. Government means very well. But unfortunately, as usual, the intention of government, no matter how good, becomes a problem for the governed. Do you know that I know some people that wanted to get NIN and had to pay up to 5,000 naira to get it.
I was telling you the other day of my experience.
5,000 naira to get it. That's something that's supposed to be given to you free. Is there any monitoring system to check this? No. All these announcements, if you want to start first with the international passport, get done with that. If you want to introduce NIN for JAMB exam, give some time. No, you can't rush everything at the same time. Otherwise, you will put pressure on the NIMC, National Identity Management Commission. You will put a lot of pressure on them. You will put a lot of pressure on people who don't have NIN and who must get it, because they must either use it for passport or for JAMB exam for their awards. You don't announce the use of NIN for all the things you want to do in Nigeria. At the same time, there should be a process. Now you said NIN for mobile phones. Any sensible human being will think that you will give some time for the mobile phone link with NIN to be completed before you now go ahead to announce that of JAMB. We are in the second wave of COVID-19. Armed soldiers had to disperse people from the Alausa office of NIMC last week. It took the intervention of soldiers to disperse people. I saw an old woman that fell, and she said she got there at 4:30 a.m. A good intention is now turning to a kind of punishment for the people. So we should have a strategy. You don't go about the implementation of these things at the same time. If you want to start with the mobile phone linkage of NIN, complete that process. Give some time for people to register, and then talk about JAMB. They introduced that of JAMB last year. They cancelled it when they saw the rush. Again, they are introducing it this year at a time that people want to have NIN for their phones. It doesn't make sense. We must be strategic in doing all these things. The government means very well. They are battling with insecurity. They are battling with terrorism that is being perpetrated by non-Nigerians, because people believe that those behind these terrorist acts are non-Nigerians. Most of them are from Niger, Chad and all that. Yes, good idea. But get done with this before you start talking about JAMB or WAEC. Already they have passports that they want people to produce NIN before they can renew their passports. They've talked about telephones. That alone is causing a lot of problems, because people want to have NIN number. By all means, they pay as much as 5,000-10,000 to get it.
I told you about my experience, how they told me to buy fuel.
Yes, it doesn't. I did it free. I did it free some 4 or 5 years ago. Up till now, I only have the number. I don't have the identity card. So, but it is good. Yes, I just have a slip containing the NIN number.
That's what I have.
And I have been told several times that I can use that for as long as I want, provided I have the number. I don't care about the ID card again. If it come to me in my lifetime, fine. If it doesn't, too bad. But you see, you don't stress your people because you want to execute a project. At the end of the day, if it is not carefully handled, it will be messed up. We've seen things like that, like the National Employment Scheme that brought people, and people died at the stadium in Abuja. We've had that kind of situation. So we must avoid getting people to mass up in any office now because of COVID-19. Otherwise, the lockdown we are trying to avoid may eventually come.
Okay, you talked about COVID-19 right now, and you know, it seems Nigerians really don't want to obey some of the things going on. I mean, Lagos, you know, they sealed no fewer than 12 facilities this weekend. And you know, talk about people clubbing and doing some other things, not really following the COVID-19 guidelines. It's not making it look as if there's not even COVID-19 in Nigeria. And you know, Governor, you some of Rivers State yesterday hinted that you know, the state was thinking of locking down the states again amidst this you know, COVID-19 due to churches and you know, markets, people not using their face masks. And we're talking, this is recession. I mean, Nigeria is in recession. Do you think we can really afford to go into another lockdown? With
We cannot. You see, like I keep saying, we are indeed very lucky here. Ordinarily, around this time, the weather is usually very cold.
Yes.
But fortunately for us, it is not. It is hot. Whatever implication that have for coronavirus, only God knows. Because if you look at the figures coming in from abroad, the number of deaths in the US and the UK, you will fear for Nigeria. And so that is why we just behave anyhow, as if this thing is not here with us. But each time we hear of somebody's death and they attribute it to COVID-19, people will shake and want to follow the COVID-19 protocols. But the moment they get over that death, they recline back to their old style of life. It is wrong. We have to be very, very careful here. COVID-19 second wave is here. We have to look at the prominent Nigerians that have died, Harry Akonde, and so many others. You know, we should be careful and not stretch our luck too far. The fact that the weather here is what it is today does not mean that we have to throw caution to the winds. During the first coronavirus crisis, we had that hot weather have some contribution to the prevention of COVID-19. I don't know if to believe that or not, but I believe that God has a reason for allowing the weather to be hot at this time, that it should be cold.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't take that advantage and be careless with our health. Everybody must go out there with a mask, protect yourself and be safe. Very important.
Yeah, and stop the parties because it's not helping really. Thank you so much, Mr. Aliyu Mohammed, CEO of Magnet Communications, also former editor of Daily Times and Concord Newspaper. Thank you for joining us. I can even see on the group that a lot of people are responding, and they are also very happy for your thoughts this morning, the things you've shared with us this morning. Alright, remember that you can equally like, share and subscribe on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. As well as you want to find out up-to-date stories, you can go on our website www.vanguardngl.com to find out more. Until we come your way next time, of course, I remain Precious Chukudi and
Damdala Bonshake.
Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, it's really important. Bye for now.